It's time to introduce you to a new viral medical video that's sure to become a favorite. After all, we are the show that first brought you the now infamous Dr. Pimple Popper and her gross zit explosions. We all know those and love those. But without further ado, meet the new social media superstar, the Tweezist. Hailing from South Korea, this popular user's Instagram account is mesmerizing people around the world by showing nothing but ingrown hairs, mostly from her own legs, being removed via tweezers. Now, I don't know. This one, people really like to see it.
She has 115,000 followers already on Instagram.
And this is all she does.
And this is all she does. She does this 3 to 4 times a week, mostly on her own legs.
She calls it her dirty hair jungle.
Yeah, and this is actually, just so everybody knows, this is a USB microscope that's actually hooked up to her computer. So that's kind of what makes it a little more mesmerizing and calming than some of those cyst explosions. Yeah, but the interesting thing about this is ingrown hairs are often when the hair kind of starts to grow out of the skin, but then it curls in on itself. That's much more common in curly hair and coarse hair.
Oh, that one's satisfying.
Yeah, that one is satisfying.
African-American males who shave, they get it.
Much more common in the beard area in African-American men. And then also in women, we often get these under the arms, sometimes the pubic area, certainly on the legs. And dermatologists will tell you, please don't ever do this at home. So it's kind of really satisfying to watch the video, but if my patient said they were doing this, I would tell them absolutely not, because you're actually creating doorways for bacteria.
Whoa, that's a big one. Now that doesn't look right.
Let me ask you, why would this individual have so many that 3 to 4 times a week this is occurring in her legs?
So the thought is that some people, especially if they have coarse or curly hair, their hair tends to curl on itself. We also think about the way you're removing the hair, because what's happening is that outer dead layer of your skin, which is called your stratum corneum, tends to grow over, and then the hair curls in, it gets trapped inside. So she might be using a razor and shaving against the direction of hair growth. She isn't stretching her skin, so she's not kind of allowing it to snap back. And we always tell people who are prone to this, definitely use an exfoliant, like an alpha hydroxy or beta hydroxy.
This would also doing waxing. What about laser hair removal for someone like this?
This would prevent this from happening because you're destroying the follicle. Exactly.
But then she wouldn't get her followers.
Well, she wouldn't have 115,000 people following her for sure.
Hey, you followers, you're weird.
No, I think when you watch this in the microscope, it's certainly less gross than some of the things we see out there. So it's
one of those things. It's disturbing, but you can't stop watching it. It's just one of those, right? You just
I could watch more.
I could.
Can we roll it again?
But in terms of why she's getting this or ways to not get this, I tell my patients electric razor rather than a really sharp blade. Shave, if you are going to shave, in the direction of hair growth, and at least a couple times a week use some form of an exfoliant, whether it's a washcloth or a loofah, which is a physical exfoliant, or a chemical exfoliant like a beta or an alpha hydroxy. But honestly, this is a great way to introduce bacteria to your skin if you pick and you create holes.
Keep those tweezers
great portal
clean.
of entry for
bacteria. She's got skills. She's pretty good at it.
She's pretty good at it, but she might be wiping her skin off with alcohol, which I don't think the typical person necessarily does before they open up the skin.
This is one to grow on.